One morning, Peter Sam and Duncan were in a heated debate. "Passengers are the worst," said Duncan. "They're always complaining and no fun at all. At least trucks are far more quiet." "What quiet trucks?" said Peter Sam. "The trucks I pull always seem to get up to mischief, especially at the incline. Coaches are never bumpy." "They are when they work with me," replied Duncan. Just then, Rusty came into the yard. The little diesel was getting ready to take the maintenance train. "Rusty," called Peter Sam, "Duncan and I are having a debate. Duncan thinks taking trucks is better than passengers." "And Peter Sam thinks grumpy passengers are better than trucks," interrupted Duncan, "and he's wrong for thinking that." "I never said I like grumpy... Never mind. What do you think, Rusty?" Well... The little diesel didn't know what to say. Rusty only ever pulled the maintenance train, and only every once in a while did the little diesel get to pull trucks or passengers. "I better get going," Rusty said finally. "The tracks aren't going to inspect themselves." And with that, Rusty was away in a flash. Rusty spent all morning inspecting the tracks. It wasn't till noon when the little diesel found Sir Handel and Freddie waiting at a station. "Hello, Rusty," called Freddie. "How has your morning been?" "Not great," replied the little diesel. "Duncan and Peter Sam are arguing about which is better, pulling trucks or pulling passengers." "Oh, well, that's easy," said Freddie. "Trucks are much better than coaches. I love the click-clatter and the happy bouncing of the slate in the trucks." "Are you crazy?" blurted out Sir Handel. "I would never be caught pulling trucks. Passenger trains are so much more dignified. Who said trucks were better?" Duncan," replied Rusty meekly. "Perfect. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind," and Sir Handel raced off. "Hey, wait for me," called Freddie, and he raced after him. Rusty was dumbfounded. "I just don't understand," the little diesel whispered. All Rusty could do now was quietly roll out of the station. It was mid-afternoon when Rusty started inspecting a branch line. After a while, Mighty Matt came up alongside the little diesel. "Hey there, Rusty," said Mighty. "How's your day been?" said Matt. "Not good at all," replied Rusty. "There's an argument going on between Peter Sam and Sir Handel and Duncan and Freddie. They're arguing if it's better to pull trucks or pull passengers." "Why is that an argument?" asked Matt. "I don't know," replied Rusty. "I don't get why." "How can any engine think pulling trucks is better than passengers?" interrupted Matt. "Passengers are the best. We get new ones and old favorites every day, and—" "Excuse me," said Mighty. "I think trucks are better. They do wonders for showing my strength. Passengers can't." "You mean our strength," said Matt, "and you interrupted me." "Well, technically I was interrupted first," muttered Rusty. "That's it," shouted Mighty. "Let's take this to the sheds." "Agreed." And with that, Mighty Matt headed for the sheds. "I don't get it," said Rusty. "Why are the engines so obsessed with this debate?" With a heavy heart, the little diesel continued the railway inspection. That evening, Rusty finally arrived at the slate mines. Starloey and Rheneas were working there. "Hello, Rusty," said Starloey. "You seem down." "I am," replied Rusty. "All the engines are arguing about which is better, passengers or trucks. And I just don't get it," the little diesel continued. "I just don't get how all the engines can pick a side so easily. And then there's me, who's got no side at all." "Rusty," Rheneas began, "you don't have to pick a side if you don't want to. It's okay to be unsure. I don't know which one I could pick. Passengers and trucks are our coal and water." "Both are important," said Starloey, "but you can't have one without the other. So I guess we don't have a side either, Rusty, and that's okay." Rusty thought for a moment, and then smiled. "Thanks, you two," the little diesel replied. "I feel better already." "That's great to hear," said Starloey. "Now let's get back to the shed," said Rheneas. "We have to show those arguing engines some sense." "I agree," said Rusty, and with that, the three engines headed for home.